How should the scrupulous, asks Grant, navigate controversial aspects of the church, such as attending charismatic events? There's a fear of what's spiritually safe when people have conflicting views. Good question.
Well, I would say, for one thing, you're not obligated to do those things. I think we can be sensitive to our own sensitivities. And if there are things that are going to be too triggering, that book, The Heart of Trauma, likes to use the word awakening rather than triggering.
Okay.
But if there are things that are going to activate our nervous system that are going to make that are going to be hard for us, then we don't have to go there. And then the other thing, a lot of times with scrupulosity, it's more heightened or less heightened at different times. And so I think being aware of where one is in the moment and not letting the scrupulosity make the decisions for us is can be helpful. But also if I'm too activated right now to do that, okay, but maybe in a clearer frame of mind, I can see a little bit more clearly what's good, and I can enter into it and receive from it.
Yeah, I'm thinking of an analogy. We'll see how it goes. Usually my analogies come on the spot, and sometimes they fall flat. But, you've heard the experiment where the teachers don't tell the children how far out they can play. And the children all stay very close to the buildings. Whereas if there is a clear perimeter, the children feel the freedom to play all throughout the yard. I think today, many Catholics feel like the perimeters are blurry, perhaps because of bad leadership, perhaps because we believe what we believe about Pope Francis, perhaps because of what we're being told from certain traditional-leaning people online. And so we're really kind of like those children in the first example, just like frightened that we're going to go too far or something like that. And then what happens, imagine this in the first situation without the boundary, that the children start drawing the boundaries for the other kids since the parents or the teachers aren't doing it.
Wow.
And I feel like there's a lot of that in the church today.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who are well-meaning, who love Jesus Christ, who want to be faithful to him, drawing boundaries for other Christians when it was never their job to do so. And so they'll say something like, you have to pray the rosary every day or else you're not really doing what you should be doing.
Right.
That's not a boundary the church has taught.
That's right.
You have to be devoted to Our Lady of Medjugorje. That's not something the church has said. You have to go to Mass every day. Nope, you don't. You shouldn't be going to the Novus Ordo. Church definitely never said that. Shouldn't be going to charismatic meetings. Okay, so I think I really am still a fan of this. And I think this advice frustrates people who are scandalized by the lack of boundaries being set. Nevertheless, I think it's good advice. We shouldn't demand uniformity where the church allows diversity of opinion or custom.
Amen.
And so if the church hasn't condemned things like what you're referring to, I don't know the specific group, then you shouldn't either. And you should feel the freedom of a son of God to attend it. And just like you said, if you feel uncomfortable there, then you don't have to go there.
Beautiful.
But not to allow our brothers and sisters who might be reacting to the lack of boundaries to draw the boundaries for you.
That's right. Yeah, that's a great analogy.
Yes. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Before you go, do us a favor, leave a comment, let us know what you thought of the video, like, and subscribe.